Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS reporters Chris Flaherty and John Vias, Peter Brown with the weather, and Gretchen Carey with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. Assistant Fire Chief Andrew Connerty has been appointed the new chief of the Burlington Fire Department. Town Administrator Paul Sagarino made the appointment, and the Select Board unanimously approved. The appointment is effective with current Fire Chief Mike Patterson's official retirement date of January 9th, 2023. Connerty was born and raised in Burlington, graduating from Burlington High. He's been with the fire department for close to 29 years, joining as a dispatcher in 1993 and becoming a firefighter and EMT in 1995. Promoted to lieutenant in 2003 and then to captain in 2011, he served as training captain and shift commander until being appointed as assistant fire chief in 2020. A graduate of the Mass Firefighting Academy, he holds a bachelor's degree in fire science administration. Connerty is also a graduate of the Mass Firefighting Academy Chief Fire Officer Management Training, an appointed member of the Massachusetts Firefighting Council, and an accredited Massachusetts Fire Chief. Congratulations, Andy. Last week's town meeting began with a presentation from the Housing Partnership Committee. Kerry Donahue, the committee chair, provided an overview of the findings of the Burlington Housing Needs Assessment. The report shows that it has become increasingly difficult to find an affordable place to live in Burlington. The committee produced a video that summarizes the report's 5 key findings. Let's have a look.
In Burlington, like many places in Massachusetts and around the country, it can be hard to find an affordable place to live. Rents and home prices are through the roof. To learn more about our town's housing challenges, the Burlington Housing Partnership Committee worked with MAPC to examine data about our housing and demographics, and also listened to the concerns of residents. The final result is a comprehensive housing needs assessment, and there are 5 key findings in the report. First, Burlington needs a greater variety of housing types. Nearly 2/3 of our town's housing stock is detached single-family homes, which tend to be both large and expensive. Smaller homes like townhouses, duplexes, and small multifamily buildings designed to blend into the town's existing character would make homeownership possible for young professionals, small households, and seniors looking to downsize. Since single-family homes make up most of Burlington's current housing stock, it's very difficult to buy a home in town. Today, someone would need nearly $140,000 in savings just for the down payment. And with rents through the roof as well, saving this much money is virtually impossible for many young families. By creating more housing options and expanding homeownership in Burlington, we can also become a more inclusive and equitable community, which is something that many of the residents in our focus groups and online survey told us is very important to them. And while creating different types of housing will expand what's known as lowercase a affordable housing, that is, housing that is affordable to median income residents, Burlington also needs more of what's known as capital A affordable housing, that is, deed-restricted housing that is affordable to our lowest income residents, including seniors. For every 5 eligible households, the town currently has only 1 affordable housing unit. Without more housing options and capital A affordable housing, the Burlington community could change dramatically in the coming years. We could lose our seniors, our teachers, essential workers, and all the people who make our town vibrant and diverse.
Putting myself through school so I can hopefully afford it someday, even looking at what I would make as a nurse, I would still have to work very hard to try and stay in this community, which I just find it a little unfair because I've grown up here, my daughter's growing up here, and I shouldn't be pushed away.
Our town is not unique in facing these housing challenges, but if we take action, we can work to make Burlington's housing more inclusive and meet the needs of both current and future residents. Visit the Burlington Housing Needs Assessment website to read the full report and learn what our town can do to address these challenges.
You can also find the full report on our website at bcattv.org/bnews. Niche grades and rankings are calculated using dozens of public data sets and millions of reviews. Niche is a national organization that reviews communities. Niche scientists and user researchers rigorously analyze data and user opinions to assess the key aspects of K through 12 schools, colleges, and places to live. Overall, Burlington Public Schools were highly rated. Burlington had varying grades in other areas. The category called Living in the Area, Burlington earned an A+ grade for Good for Families, a B- for housing, and a C+ for cost of living. You can find a full report card on bcattv.org/bnews. Town Clerk Amy Warfield and her staff at Burlington Town Hall want your voting experience to be as easy as possible and are passing along a quick guide to voting in the November 8th election. There are 3 ways to participate: by mail-in voting, early in-person voting, and of course going to the polls to cast your ballot on November 8th. To vote by mail, simply mail back your vote by mail card or application that you received in the mail. You need to get that in by November 1st for a ballot to be mailed out to you in time for the election. Early in-person voting can be done between October 22nd until November 4th. Burlington will be doing early in-person voting at the Town Hall in the main hearing room, 29 Center Street. Check the Town of Burlington website for hours. And for all the traditionalists who like to vote in person and hobnob with all of the campaigners on Election Day, head down to the Burlington High School on November 8th. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Whatever option you choose, please know that your ballot is secured and will be counted. Information for the election is available at this website, voteinmass@com. That must be at Commonwealth. Voteinmass@com. Also, Amy has it on her website as well. There's a sample ballot there if you haven't seen it yet. The Select Board recently approved funds to help keep the town website ADA compliant. Town Clerk Amy Warfield was before the board requesting funds for a subscription to Audio Eye service using $3,500 from the Disability Access Funds. The Burlington Disability Access Commission agreed to a 1-year subscription and use of the funds. Audio Eye modifies website files so that they can be deciphered by a text reader program for the blind and those who have trouble reading. Audio Eye constantly monitors the site and makes changes as pages load and also sends reports on updates. The town website is consistently updated by the different departments. There are parts of the website that are not ADA compliant, and this tool helps automate the process of keeping the site amenable to ADA standards. The Select Board approved funding and the 1-year subscription 5-0. While on the subject of World Wide Web, Burlington native Brianna Esposito and Catherine Dunn have launched a new dating app, Squeeze, for singles in the area looking to meet their matches. BNEWS reporter Chris Flaherty spoke to the 2 co-founders on the app's creation and release.
For those on the dating scene, there's a new way to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right with Squeeze Dating, a new app created by Catherine Dunn and Burlington native Brianna Esposito. Brianna is a data manager in pharmaceuticals and Catherine a dental office manager. Together, they are looking to change online dating with Squeeze.
We were just sitting at a bar one night and, we were sitting there talking. I'm like, it'd be really cool to be able to meet someone here. You can sort of know, you can't really tell if someone's single or not, just sitting there. And it would be nice to, cut out the middleman and have an app that you could swipe on people in that specific venue and meet them right then and there. And I was like, why don't we just do something about it? People make apps, why can't we? And that's sort of how it originated.
You check in to the specific venue you're at. So if you're at Applebee's, you can't be at the 99 next door looking for someone that's there. You have to be at the venue. And then other singles are matched in or signed in. And we also have a friend option, so you don't have to be single looking for that. You can also just be looking for friends. But you can check in and then swipe through other people that are there and you match. And then we have messaging, and you can also do come say hi. So we have a button that you click and someone can come over, be like, I'm in the black t-shirt sitting at the bar over in the corner here, if the vibe's getting along and everything like that. And then hopefully you kind of have that instant date.
There are also special check-in events available for users in the Boston area.
We want to do these hotspot check-in nights where users can come and they know that there will be other users there. on our website, there are a ton of different events that we have. But you can use the app anywhere at any time. And we will be branching out to the other states. We're just doing a slow rollout and just like slowly expanding as we go.
After a year of planning, Squeeze is now available for singles to find success in romance.
We are so excited because there's been so many late nights and hours upon hours trying to just get it to a place where we can launch. We're thrilled, but we know that's just like the first check mark and we've had many more to go. The goal is ideally one day we can say Squeeze Dating no matter where we are and everyone knows it. It's like any of those other big names, and we have millions of users and we get to have our own office and run our own company. Like that is like the big dream
Hearing the
at the end.
success stories, like people are actually matched up because of an app that we like
Exactly.
found. It's like that will be so cool.
Yeah.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Good luck, ladies. The pumpkins have arrived and St. Mark's Pumpkin Patch is open for the season. BNews reporter John Vias was on scene as the pumpkins were being unloaded.
It's pumpkin season, and Columbus Day weekend is here. The longtime Burlington favorite St. Mark's Pumpkin Patch is open once again to the public. The dedicated volunteers of People Helping People unloaded the truck on Saturday, October 1st, and placed pumpkins on the lawn of St. Mark's Episcopal Church. When you pick up a pumpkin, profits are given to People Helping People in order to support the town food pantry, as they open their doors to distribute food to countless Burlington families year after year. This Halloween, get your pumpkins at the St. Mark's Pumpkin Patch, located on 10 St. Mark's Road. This is John Vias for BNews Weekly.
A local Burlington Scout was recently promoted to the rank of Eagle Scout. Troop 511, the Elder Boy Scouts of America troop in Burlington, recently had the honor of promoting Lucas Myers to Scouting's highest achievement, the rank of Eagle Scout. Myers' Eagle Scout service project was making bat houses in Mary Cummings Park and at the landlocked forest, improving the habitat for the bat population. Bats eat nuisance bugs, including mosquitoes, and are an important part of our local ecosystem. Bats are losing their roost sites every day due to human disturbance and urbanization, and the newly installed bat houses make a difference for Burlington and the environment, and for the bats. Burlington Select Board member Mike Espeo, himself a Troop 511 alum, attended the ceremony and spoke about it at a recent Select Board meeting. Espeo said, as a Troop 511 Eagle Scout myself, it was an honor to represent the town at Lucas's Court of Honor. His project was very creative and timely with all of the renovations at Mary Cummings Park. Mary Cummings Park and the landlocked forest are both green space, hidden treasures we have here in town, and hopefully the project can bring more awareness to these great spaces. The Council on Aging will be hosting a film screening and discussion on Alzheimer's disease. The film, Cycle of Memory, offers an intergenerational perspective on the disease and has been resonating with diverse audiences. Here is a preview of the film.
In 1945, my grandfather and his best friend went on a bicycle adventure he'd remember for the rest of his life. Until Grandpa Mel lost his memory to Alzheimer's.
Take one and action.
This is the beginning of my documentary. This is my little brother, Kobe.
What are you trying to get out of the bike ride?
What I want to find, a connection to who he was.
So now, over 70 years after Grandpa's trip, my brother Kobe and I are going on the same 100-mile journey ourselves. Grandpa may have lost his memory, but we're going to find it.
72 years ago, our 16-year-old grandfather stood right here.
I wanted to show you this photograph of Grandpa and me. I asked him when you came home from this historic trip, what did your family say? Were they thrilled for you? And he said, my mother said, go down and fix the furnace. I said, Mel, I would have given you a parade and a luncheon.
Mel, you remember me? We used to go bike riding together. We've been friends for a long, long time.
I've never gotten to talk to him about this.
I think Mel expressed a lot of things to me that I don't think he would normally have expressed to anyone else.
Kobe and I learned about our grandfather's past,
Action, go!
While also facing our own.
I don't know what you want from this right now.
Even if we don't want to solve our relationship, I feel like the best way for me to just get through this trip is just by keep myself.
Kobe just patted me on the back, and I just wanted to recreate that for the documentary.
We are here for a short time. When I'm not here, you will be going on. Maybe that's what the generational feeling is, sharing and learning and the connection that goes on.
The screening of the film will take place at the Burlington Council on Aging, 61 Center Street, on Wednesday, October 12 at 6:30 p.m. with a discussion to follow. All generations are invited. RSVP by calling 781-270-1950. A light meal will also be served. We go now to BNEWS weatherman Peter Brown for a look at the cool but comfortable temperatures in store for the week ahead. We'll also check out the community calendar with Gretchen Carey to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown with Look at Your Weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading in towards the second week of October. Fall is really in full swing right now, and we're actually going to be seeing some fairly pleasant temperatures coming up for the next 7 days with some really dry conditions out there. So great weather if you have to be out and about. Not so much if we're in terms of trying to get rid of our drought before we head in towards winter, but starting out up here on Friday, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the mid-70s, so a real late summer feel out there, so some really great weather. Thereafter, as we get into the weekend, we're going to see a sharp decline in temperatures, and by the time we get towards the end of our period next Thursday, when our average high should be in the mid-60s, looks like we're actually going to be on a temperature rebound again by the end of next week, with temperatures again approaching into the 70s. And of course, as you notice, as we get further and further in October, the length of our days keep getting shorter and shorter. So as we go ahead, let's take a look what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us here in the Burlington area over the next 7 to 10 days in terms of temperatures and precipitation. And looking at our temperature map, looks like we're expecting a chance of average to maybe a slightly below average temperatures in our area here around Burlington. We have to keep an eye on that. Again, looks like the bookends of our period are going to be fairly warm, but we are going to see a significant cool down as we get into the weekend and into the start of next work week. And of course, as we take a look at our precipitation chances, this is nothing new whatsoever as we look back over the past 4 months, looking like we're going to have a fairly decent chance of seeing below average precipitation. So again, fairly seasonable out there, but yet very dry. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. And again, taking a look at our map right here, pretty much what you see is what you get here. We're really not going to be seeing much in the way of any showers or thunderstorms around in the Burlington area over the next 7 to 10 days. Again, starting with those great temperatures in the mid-70s on Friday. So if you can get out on Friday, starting out your long weekend, get out there, enjoy that weather, because we're going to have a strong cold front coming through the area around noontime. And that's going to drop our high temperatures down into the upper 50s on Saturday. Rebounding a little bit as we get into Sunday and Monday with temperatures again into the low 60s. And then we're going to see a slight warming trend as we get towards the end of the week, towards Thursday, where we're going to see temperatures again maybe near 70. And that's probably where we'll see our best chance of getting some showers again towards the end of the week. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. Red Devil Football Fundraiser. Monday, October 10th, Friends of Burlington Football are holding a fundraiser at Burlington Famous Pizza at 167 Bedford Street in Burlington. Stop by or call your order in at 781-272-7767 and mention BHS Football. Trucktober. Join Burlington Parks and Recreation on the Town Common for our annual Trucktober. This event features local food trucks with cuisines for all taste buds. We will also feature a live band, lawn games, inflatables, and this year will be our Power Wheels Derby. Burlington residents ages 2 through 8 can pre-register to participate in the Derby. A Night with Elvis. Saturday, October 15th, Elvis is coming to the Made in Burlington store at the Wayside Shopping Center from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Join in for a night of fun featuring Dimitrios Stavropoulos performing the best of Elvis Presley. Visit the Made in Burlington website for tickets. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Red Devil football last stop was at Victory Field against the Watertown Red Raiders. BNews reporter John Vias has the highlights.
The Red Devils are still on the road. Their next stop, Victory Field for a match against the Watertown Red Raiders on Friday, September 30th. Burlington has the kickoff, and the ball is caught by Watertown, tackled on the 45-yard line. With 8:40 left on the clock in the first quarter, Watertown running back number 7, Billy McHugh, speeds across the field and scores the Raiders the first touchdown of the game, with extra point kicked by wide receiver number 5, Lucas Pizzuccio. After another Red Raider touchdown and field goal, it's time for the second quarter. McHugh may have started the quarter off with another touchdown, But our Red Devil wide receiver number 11, John Mello, gives his team a chance to catch up as he grabs the ball from the 40-yard line and scores a touchdown for Burlington, complete with field goal kick. It's the second half, and Burlington is pushing with everything they've got. You can't keep a Red Devil down, and while they kept fighting until the end, they go home with a loss. The final score being 42-7 Watertown. The Devils have another chance for victory on Friday, October 7th, as they'll be traveling to Landrigan Field to take on the Wakefield Warriors. This is John Vias for BNEWS Sports.
Leahy Hospital and Medical Center's Cancer 5K Walk and Run will be returning as a full in-person event after being held virtually the last 2 years. The event coordinators were before the Select Board requesting permission to hold the annual 5K, which will require some road closures. In past years, the race had started and ended at the Burlington High School. However, the 2023 event will be based from the Leahy Hospital campus. The Select Board voted to approve the event and the route for the 5K run and walk on June 11, 2023. The event raises funds for cancer patients and survivors. Another week, another photo to highlight. This photo was sent in to us by Mary Leach and shows a lovely light at Marion Road Conservation Area. The days are getting shorter, but the light in Burlington's conservation areas is lovely. Thank you for the photo, Mary. We'd like to see your photos. It could be of your outdoor activities, families and pets, the weather, sights around town, or anything else you'd like to share with us and the community. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line, Photo of the Week. We'll wrap up this week's news with the feel of fall and the pumpkins arriving at St. Mark's. That's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. Phil Gallagher, along with Peter Brown, John Vias, Chris Flaherty, and Gretchen Carey. Thank you for joining.